Welcome back, friends and family, to another episode of the Back to the Basics show. My name is Josh.
And I'm Eddie. And today, we're at a different location than you may be used to. Different sort of a dojo.
Dojos all around the world.
That we do. And today, we're going to be talking about DC.
DC Comics, hopefully. Not the movies. Hopefully, right? Right?
Of course the movies, man. Do we have a gun problem?
Well, I mean, metaphorically.
Let's get back to the basics, everybody. Superman is dead again. They literally killed my boy Superman once again just to bring him back from the grave.
Henry Cavill's had like a crazy run, dude. Crazy run.
He's, in my opinion, probably the best Superman since Christopher Reeves. We can't really call Tom Welling Clark Kent Superman because we briefly seen him in season 10 of Smallville.
All I need is a red and blue blur across the sky. That's all I need to see.
Tom Welling is definitely the best Clark Kent. I will say that. We've said it before. But Henry Cavill, Beefcake himself, is the best Superman out there right now.
Oh, he's the only Superman out there right now. Besides the stunt doubles. Isn't there a Superman in Peacemaker?
Yeah.
A stunt double?
Stunt double. James Gunn, again, cast his own Superman, just like he wants to do now. So let's get into it, man. He's going to reboot Superman. Henry Cavill's out.
But here's the thing: is you're pointing a lot at James Gunn when there's a whole studio that's been failing and fumbling.
Because they have no direction. They start something and they don't finish it, just like they're doing right now.
That may be it, but that's all they've been doing is. Have you ever heard? There's this wise man once say.
Wise men say,
the harder you squeeze spaghetti in your hand, the more it slips between your fingertips.
I think I know what you're trying to say, but I don't think that's the saying, Josh.
That's a wise man once said, bro.
Never pay full price for late pizza. That's how it goes.
Oh, okay. But yeah, do you understand the analogy?
Yes. You're holding on to something so tightly that it'll slip through your fingers.
Oh, they just clutched it and it just went.
Okay. A little Rugrats there.
Oh, yeah.
So let's talk about what is staying around then. Because James Gunn is in charge of DC right now. So he's making all the shots, making all the calls. And there's another dude too. It's like Peter Safran. It's his fucking dynamic duo they put in charge.
Two of them.
Yeah, it's James Gunn and some no-name.
The different responsibilities, the different roles. Okay, but here's the thing. Here's my thing is with the whole, it's like, yeah, critique this, critique that, but at the same time, I think it was more of a shock to everyone that was trying to hold on to the Snyder vision and to the whole DCEU and the whole thing as a whole. And you hear that, oh, it's going to be just dead and he's going to reboot and it's his own universe. I mean...
Yeah, basically. But see, that's interesting that you say that the Snyderverse is dead, right? Which
we still have Joker 2. We still have Flash. So Flash could be an end-all, be-all for the Snyderverse.
Okay, true.
And Aquaman 2.
Which they said Henry Cavill is appearing in the Flash.
Really?
Whether they continue that or not.
He's in it?
Heard that he did reshoots and he's supposed to be in the Flash movie.
I didn't know that. I just know that if the last scene of Henry Cavill that I ever see of Superman is a scene from Black Adam, I'll be happy with that because just that scene is probably my favorite Henry Cavill scene of all time as Superman. Just that one scene. That's the best Superman Henry Cavill's ever played.
I have other favorites. I disagree, but I feel it was a little too bright. I know y'all want color, or you want color in the DC universe, but to me, I associate color with jokes and funny and Marvel, because that's all Marvel has. That's all it's ever been. And now they've got a Marvel guy in charge of DC. And that's honestly what I think they're going to bring to DC.
A Marvel guy, though. Think about that.
Yeah.
Why? Just because he worked for Marvel?
He's still working with Marvel. He's doing Guardians of the Galaxy 3 while he's in charge of DC.
But
some would say that is a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
Because not only is he working on Marvel, but now he's working on DC, which they've always been against each other, unless they're trying to do a Marvel versus DC, and he's going to bring it all together.
I mean,
which maybe they are.
What's the next big thing? What's the next big thing past Endgame that's going to be theater groundbreaking?
Is Marvel versus DC. Well, they have their own Secret Wars, which we could get into on another.
I don't think you'll see that
episode.
For another.
Bro, we're gonna be 50 by the time we finally get something good.
Look, here's the thing. Okay.
Another Marvel character.
Ben Grimm, I love you. The Superman, I'm down with it.
Okay.
So
a reboot, a fresh Superman.
I've been saying that. As much as I hate to say that I've been saying that, but I've been saying that.
So you like the younger Superman idea?
Why not?
We have Smallville, bro. It's a young Superman.
No, but I think a cinematic journey for the audience to go on is the journey of it's Superman learning how to fail to succeed.
Didn't Henry Cavill do that in Man of Steel, the first movie?
I'm not saying he didn't.
Didn't he fail by killing Zod and then learn from his mistakes?
But do you think that James Gunn could come in and just take Henry Cavill and run with them?
Yeah,
and just honestly, like Zack Snyder passing the torch to him?
Yeah, because they could have just continued what was already in place. You already have a Superman. Why do you need to reboot him?
But then once you have Henry Cavill's Superman, once you have Zack Snyder's any one of the Justice League characters, once that's in your universe, that means that Darkseid is there.
Exactly.
But you can't because
they're already there.
But no,
it's already been done.
But they're not trying to build that way.
Exactly. They want to build their own way, which, mark my words, man, 20 years from now, they're going to try to do the same thing that they did with X-Men. And they're going to try to come back just like they did with Spider-Man. And they're going to include all these characters like Henry Cavill. Watch, down the road, he's going to come back as Kingdom Come Superman. Because he's going to be older. And James Gunn is going to be like, we're playing the long game.
If we get a Kingdom Come... here's the thing.
And he even said it.
Again, the second thing.
He even said it too. He said, I'm looking forward to working with you in the future.
One of the cool things about a young Superman is that's Superman, that's Clark becoming Superman. We don't need to see the Clark, because James Gunn did say it's not an origin story. He said, hell no, or something.
So how do you not have an origin story with a young Superman?
Well, it's a Superman becoming Superman.
So we talking about 20s here, 19?
I don't know, man. All I do know is it's going to be, I think that's a better direction than what we have. Because we can see a character go through the death of Superman, and then you can argue, "Oh, we've done." See, I know you can argue.
We already seen,
but you can't.
The death of Superman.
It's too much weight to bring into a new universe, a new direction. That's why they have to recast.
We have Tyler Hoechlin.
As much as that may not make sense, but
on Superman and Lois, isn't he a younger Superman?
No, because he's a father. He has weight behind the character. You have to bring in all those elements. You can't. You can't just bring in those elements.
And then we have Superboy on Titans.
Because if you did, then you would have to explain to the audience the multiverse, and they don't want to probably right out the gate have to explain all that because they want to tell a Superman story.
But then they're keeping around Joker, right? And then they're keeping around the Batman. How come those two aren't getting canceled?
Because they know they're going to make money, and they're going to make more than the first ones did. Absolutely.
Wasn't this last Batman trash,
success.
Though?
Trash, beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
I guess so. I didn't like it.
I liked it the second time I watched it.
You watched it twice?
I watched it once. The full HD version.
I watched it once, bro. And that was enough for me. I couldn't get through a second watch. But best believe I'll go back and watch the Joker.
The one thing I do believe that Matt Reeves did beautiful with that is just when what's the actor's name? Twilight.
It's not Christian Bale. It's not Ben Affleck. That's for sure.
It's not Ben Affleck, but I will say
he's not even gonna be back.
When he is in the suit, whatever magic that Matt Reeves sprinkled on that suit, and whatever concoction, what is that thing from Big Trouble Little China? That drink.
Don't you dare bring in Big Trouble Little China. Try to explain it with the Batman.
Whatever he did to that character
demon fang bag.
Yeah, whatever he. I'm just being an idiot. Whatever he did to that character, his presence, Batman's presence, is so good.
Really, I didn't feel that. I didn't feel that when I was watching.
You have to watch the HD, good audio, experience the movie.
I watched it on HBO Max, and I didn't feel it. I wasn't into it, bro. Like I gave it a chance. I tried to watch it.
It's not my favorite Batman. I'm 100%. I am a Batman forever. 66. Even I'll jump and swim and hang out with all the fans of Batman and Robin. I love the corny. I grew up on
like Batman and Robin because of all the neon.
I grew up with the 66 as a little kid, just watching it at my like great grandpa's when they used to like babysit me. It used to be like old TV stuff.
Yeah. Bam, boom, whack.
No, I'm just saying, just everything. But Batman would come on.
Yeah,
and that's
classic.
It was classic.
Batman is classic. This new Batman, I don't vibe with it. It was very much like Batman Year One, and that's what everybody was excited about, right? Because it's an origin story of Batman, and we've seen it 100 times again and again. And now it's going to be Year Two, right? So he's going to be a little more experienced because he already went up against the Riddler, which worst Riddler ever, but whatever. Give me fucking Jim Carrey again. I'll take it. Give me an older Jim Carrey as Riddler.
Caffeine will kill you.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey all day with that. But yeah, a lot of people are not liking Jim Carrey right now too. Jim Carrey's like on this weird like
best. Bring him back to DC.
Trying to detach himself away from acting.
Yeah, he's done, bro. He's retiring.
I still have hope that he will do one final Dr. Robotnik.
I hope so. That's probably one of his best roles.
And one thing that I think I remember reading with Jim Carrey and Dr. Robotnik was really cool is that he wanted to do the Fat Robotnik, I believe.
Yeah,
he wanted
they said
to do,
no.
And they said no. The studio said
studios,
no.
Man.
So and he
what
said,
are they doing?
But remember, he said he will come back.
If the script is right.
If the script is right, and it's right. And if they let him do his, maybe he finally transforms into like a, and he just has a big belly and it's like.
It'll be like the Grinch again.
Yeah, it'll be like something. Oh.
So recently, because you said
he
that.
will do that.
That sparked my memory. Recently, someone else said that they would come back if the script was right. So the only beacon of light that I see, the only positive part that could be about James Gunn taking over this whole DC thing is he's very much friends with someone that we like a lot. He's this person even called them their best friend, and he's included them in movies before. Michael Rosenbaum, man, Lex Luthor himself.
Shut up.
Lex Luthor himself said that he would be down to come back and not do a reboot of Smallville, but do a continuation, maybe in movie form, of Smallville as Lex Luthor if the script was right. And now that James Gunn is his buddy, he could pull some strings, man.
I did not know that Michael Rosenbaum was friends with James Gunn.
Well, he put him in Guardians of the Galaxy, and I dropped that little piece on you. You didn't know that either.
But when you told me that, I am so detached kind of away from the whole Hollywood scene, the movie scene.
He has like a voiceover.
As of late. But when you told me that, and I was like, well, if I had to roll the dice on a complete DC film universe, just roll the dice with a whole new recast of everything, but I got Michael Rosenbaum in some way or another to reprise his role as Lex Luthor, wipe them all, recast him, bring back Michael Rosenbaum as Lex Luthor, some form of Lex or some form of anything. Just put Michael Rosenbaum as Lex Luthor now, again, and forever.
Hope you're listening, James Gunn. Do something right. Bring back Michael Rosenbaum. Maybe even Tom Welling. Clark Kent. You're looking for a new Superman, right? Who knows? We can dream. We can dream. So among the people who are staying around, the movies in DC that are staying around, right? So you got The Batman, Part 2. You've got Joker 2, right?
That's going to be amazing.
I guess they're doing a live-action Blue Beetle.
It was like George Perez. Is that his name?
Does anybody out there even know who Blue Beetle is?
Blue
Other
Beetle,
than me and you.
But Blue Beetle's tight, but it's not going to like save the DCEU.
So aren't they canceling Black Adam because it didn't do well and nobody knows who Black Adam is?
I'm not going to lie when I say this. But if I could choose to go to the movie theater on a nice, cold, crisp Thursday afternoon to watch the Batwoman movie that was scrapped or the Blue Beetle movie that's coming out, I'm going to go see the Batwoman movie.
Yeah.
I'm going to go see the Batwoman movie. And they just threw that in the trash. Like,
it's already completed. You were talking about, they won't cancel, The Flash, right? Because they spent too much money on it. They just scrapped a whole movie of the Batwoman, thousands, millions of dollars, never going to see the light of day unless Zack Snyder's Justice League that thing and fans petition to get it come out. But it's not about the money, man. It's about sending a message. They sent a message about canceling Henry Cavill, right? Because they don't want to include Zack Snyder. Because Zack Snyder is a problem. Zack Snyder is a problem for the institution, the studio that is Warner Brothers and DC. Zack Snyder has way too much of a following and love that people want to go see his movies for them to continue without him. Because if they were to continue with his characters, they would have to give credit to Zack Snyder. So the whole reason
there's too much weight behind it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the whole reason they're scrapping that is because, in a roundabout way, because of Zack Snyder.
But do we truly fully know that? Because wouldn't they have some way of like maybe in production, maybe the way James Gunn might put odes or nods, you think, or like any Easter eggs?
He could have easily. He's in charge now, right, James Gunn? He could have easily said, Zach, I want you to direct this next film.
No, I don't think. I think there's might be just too much bad blood with the whole.
Exactly.
There's been so many shifts in leadership and all the heads of those companies and transitions. They just keep like passing the buck and nobody knows what the hell they're doing, dude.
And so again, now DC is back to square one. Start over.
I mean, we're not back at square one though. Think about it.
Who we got? They canceled Wonder Woman.
Freaking Jack's hair in freaking damn mouth.
They canceled Wonder Woman.
Let's give a moment to Gal Gadot.
And Patty Jenkins, right?
Not Patty Jenkins. I'll give Gal Gadot because I
really
will.
Great Wonder Woman.
I will say in Zach's hands, Gal Gadot would probably be
best Wonder Woman.
The best Wonder Woman I think we might see in the next few generations. Like I don't really. Her on-screen presence as Wonder Woman was good under Zach. Patty Jenkins, I cannot hold anything with that. Like
what
that's
my
trash.
fear is there won't be.
Patty Jenkins did that scene where she's flying. I did like that scene though.
Yeah, she did. Because Patty Jenkins was in Wonder Woman 1.
Doesn't Patty Jenkins, isn't she like a pilot? Isn't she into like flying and stuff?
I don't know, bro. She was supposed to do some Star Wars movie that ain't never gonna happen either.
I think she's something to do with pilot. So I like the way she did that.
In the invisible jet with the...
when she was learning to fly. I was like way up in the clouds.
Copy and paste from Zack Snyder? It's fine. Anyways... So Wonder Woman's canceled.
Wonder Woman's canceled.
Superman's canceled. Ben Affleck is probably not coming back as Batman, so he's probably canceled too.
But
they did cancel. They said they canceled Michael Keaton as Batman, so he's not going to be Batman either. So Batman is in the hands of Edward from Twilight again. We've got Joker, which is the only thing I'm really looking forward to.
His next movie is going to be better than the next Batman should.
If
be
it is,
so
I'll
good.
eat my words. But if it's not, I'll say I told you
It
so.
has to be.
I'll
The
say,
next
"I told you
Batman's
so."
gonna be.
Because I will go on record and say, to me, the Black Adam movie was better than the Batman movie.
That's actually a pretty good comparison. What's better, Black Adam, or what movie were we talking about?
The Batman.
Everyone's gonna choose the Batman.
Oh, of course, 100%.
Everyone's gonna choose
Nobody
the Batman.
knows about Black Adam. That's why, bro. People only see The Rock as Black Adam, but he spent 15 years on one movie, a passion project, and now they're going to
12
probably
years,
take it
15
away
years,
from him, even though he put his heart and soul into it.
Well, we don't know if it's working on the movie for 15 years, but there's been rumors that The Rock was working on Project of Black Adam dating way back in the day.
Yeah.
Way back IMDb, like was looking at IMDb, like researching movies on IMDb, like Blockbuster days, like Rock was all talking about. There was just rumors, and it was super odd that all this whole time, and it was like post Snyder. Did Snyder work on Black Adam at all?
No, I don't think so. The only remnants of Snyder in Black Adam is Henry Cavill as Superman.
I will say this about the Black Adam movie, 100%, that the way I've always envisioned Black Adam and the stories that I've come across and my understanding of Black Adam, I didn't feel like that was a good representation of Black Adam in a whole.
Okay.
Yeah. The Rock's greatest strength was his silence.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
That's my
And
entire
he was really good.
thought on that whole movie.
He was funny when it needed to be funny. I remember some of the parts where he was like, we both watched it together and we laughed. It was funny. And then some of the parts was where he said nothing. That was the best parts of the movie because he didn't need to. He was a very stoic character. And that was really cool. He wasn't overacting, as I believe you might think The Rock does sometimes. You might think he's like overacting, or you say it's like, oh, it's just The Rock in every same movie. It's Dwayne Johnson. It's just him. He has no like character or whatever. But in this film, I feel like he did a little bit different than that. I will say Hawkman, fantastic. Hawkman was great in it. Dr. Fate, probably the best on-screen Dr. Fate you'll ever see.
Dr. Fate was amazing. Hawkman was amazing. I liked all the side characters.
And they wanted to continue that universe.
That was the best part of the whole movie.
And now it's probably not going to happen.
No.
So that's probably going to get scrapped too.
The entire.
But you know who is staying around?
The Rock put so much energy, so much energy into Black Adam.
Yeah.
And for him to go and say, "Hey, we're getting Henry Cavill in this."
He
one scene
slapped the studio and was like, "I'm putting in Henry Cavill."
That I will fucking commend The Rock forever for that, to bring that, and that is a result of that my favorite scene of Henry Cavill.
As Superman in Black Adam.
For me, that is just because that scene. Henry Cavill to me embodies Christopher Reeve.
Right
in that
there,
moment.
yeah.
This, when he says this,
Yeah, I remember you freaked out.
Dude, I was like, bro, that's Reeve. Like,
So to me, he can only be that version of Superman because he died and came back to life in Zack Snyder's Justice League. And now he is the hopeful Superman that we've all been wanting to see. And that's what Henry Cavill wanted his next movie to be. The end-all, be-all, hopeful Boy Scout Superman that loves people and loves the earth and stands for hope. But he couldn't get there until his rebirth, which happened in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Everybody bags on that movie because it's so dark. Those movies are so dark. Well, it's the hero's journey. It's the arc. He's hopeful. He dies. He goes through it. And then you come back. It's just like Star Wars, bro. You got to put him in the worst case imaginable. Empire Strikes Back. And then you come back in Return of the Jedi and just win that shit, bro. This was Henry Cavill's Return of the Jedi. That movie right there. Came back.
Well,
Jedi.
I want to say that. I mean, that's
And
pretty
now,
hefty a
and now
statement.
he's dead. And now they killed
As
Superman.
I'm looking at all your Superman comics on the wall,
I'm super biased.
the death of Superman right there. Boom.
It's right there.
Yeah, I'm looking at all that, the return, all that.
Yeah. It's all right there. Black suit Superman. You can't have Superman without that. So you're telling me now I got to sit through, what, the next 10 years waiting for that to happen again?
No, because Gunn did say it's not an origin. He said, hell no, heck no.
So where are we going to go with this Superman?
Wait and see. Be patient.
I need it now. I want Superman. I wanted Superman in like the next year, bro. And you could have done that with Henry Cavill because we waited like 4 years.
We did get Cavill this year.
But a Superman solo film.
On uppercut this microphone.
We got him in 2021 with Zack Snyder's Justice League, which was great. We got him in 2022. How cool would it have been to get him in 2023 in a solo film? You were excited for it. You said, you were like, I want him to do another solo film, but I want him to be hopeful. And that's exactly what he said.
Yeah, it's a statement he came out and said.
And now it's gone. Dog shit, as you would say. It's dog shit because James Gunn, the maker of Peacemaker and Suicide Squad 2 with a big pink octopus that nobody gives a fuck about.
I like him.
He ruined Harley Quinn. He killed Captain Rick Flag. Killed half of the Suicide Squad, which you'll say, yes, Suicide Squad, everybody dies.
But once again, here's the thing.
James Gunn is not the answer for DC. I'm just gonna say it. He's not the answer.
But when that movie drops, we're gonna watch it.
I don't know, man. I honestly don't know if I want to watch a Superman movie by James Gunn. I don't know if...
Why not?
Because I've seen Brightburn. His take on a Superman by James Gunn. And obviously he couldn't call it Superman. He couldn't because it was a DC property, right? But he literally did Brightburn. And it's the story of a young Superman as a kid, basically. And he's going around killing everybody. You're telling me that's what?
But that's just... that has nothing... But see...
Have you ever heard of a CEO writing a script for a new movie? So that's what James Gunn is doing. He's writing the next Superman movie as a CEO and still working for Marvel.
The CEO of what?
Of DC.
DC...
Movies. Films.
Of what? WB Productions?
WB Discovery Mix, I guess. I don't know, bro. I don't know all the ins and outs.
He's just the creative director now, right?
Him and the other dude are CEOs of
means they're the heads that,
films.
They're the heads. They're gonna choose the final decisions on where the characters go and what happens.
He's writing the script to a Superman movie? Isn't that what the writers and the director, like, the director shoots the movie, the writers write the movie.
But it doesn't matter. There's people who write and direct, like Tarantino.
Doesn't matter. But he's not the owner of WB or, like...
Who cares at that point? I'm not gonna judge any of his work, and it could be my favorite Superman.
You're excited for the next Superman movie.
I was already over Henry Cavill for the last few years, right? The whole.
He's a doubter. He doesn't believe.
The whole Snyder cut stuff. It was just like
it was too much for you. I get it.
It was just. Yeah, it was just like, where is this going? You know.
But that wasn't Snyder's fault though.
And then to know it was like, okay, it's not gonna go anywhere, but there was like all this like, oh, what could have been?
Yeah.
But it's just like we have these slow. It was like a big bang, and then now we have these final stars that are gonna die out, which is the Flash and the Aquaman.
Yeah. What happens with those?
Visions?
Because they're all
just
Snyder.
They're just gonna come out and then that's it.
Yeah. And so now DC is just like it used to be.
The Flash should be the final bang.
Where nothing makes sense.
Michael Keaton is going to have Supergirl, right?
Yeah. A new Supergirl that's probably never going to amount to anything. So you have... This is what I'm saying. Is by canceling the stuff that was going to be, now you have all these loose ends of movies and productions that are going to come out that go nowhere. And then you're going to reboot it and start all over. But the last 10, 15 years of DC have been for nothing. Because there was no culmination. There was no end game.
But see, there is a future because
for their build-up.
Joker 2.
But those are one-shots, basically.
Batman
what were supposed
2.
to be one-shots, and now they're coming out with sequels. So, like, make it make sense is what I'm trying to say, bro. What's the plan, James Gunn? What are you doing?
I was going to say, I don't know what the plan is. Don't ask me. Don't ask me.
Well, that's why we're Josh and Eddie. But we can speculate all
but
day,
but that's the question. Do we have a gun problem?
I think we do.
I don't think so.
And I'm not excited for it.
I don't think we have a gun problem.
I think we need some gun control. Somebody needs to come in and...
But here's the thing. That's my tagline for the whole night. Here's the thing.
Oh, you and this thing. You don't know anything.
Oh my God, things. We're talking things. Here's the thing. I need to like break down some more words instead of saying here's the thing. Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah, bang it out, baby. I think James Gunn, and if you have two people that are like at the head, there's less people pulling strings here and here and here.
Well, that's
like,
what they want.
Like if you have that Walter Hamada guy and you had those other figures and all these other players, they were like throwing ideas off each other and like, oh well, Patty Jenkins wants to go this way with, and then you have like fragments of Snyder just breaking down to other people. So you have all these other people trying to like take these torches that the Snyder original flame and like run off in that direction. And what happened is like everyone ran off with these little ass flames that just dying out. They're just dying out because it just ran away from the source flame.
Because the people that be.
But that was a series.
With
but that's a series of unfortunate events.
Yeah.
So, and I think to just finally nip that in the butt, because they finally had to say it after this whole Snyder thing. It's like, hey, this is happening. We're cutting. We're moving.
Yeah.
We're editing the timeline.
I guess so.
So, I don't think we have a gun problem. I think it's a good thing to just go forward now instead of having it linger. And if they do say, and he does say, and this is the good news, look at the good side of it, Mr. Eddie and Mr. Jack.
I don't know if there's a good side, man.
There's a good side. Out of all characters, Gunn said, of course we're doing Superman.
Yeah, but it's going to be his Superman. And we ain't even talk about...
But it's Superman.
Black Superman. So now there's a black Superman.
What's wrong with black Superman?
There's nothing. But why?
You're saying what direction is it going to go?
Exactly.
What point is
because the reason you're cutting out Henry...
What universe are you going to build with it?
The reason you're cutting out Henry is because he's an existing Superman that you don't want in the universe because you don't want there to be more than one Superman. But they've already said that the story for the black Superman that they were talking about is continuing, and now you have another Superman that they're rebooting. So where is the universe? Those two Supermen exist in the same universe? Or is there going to be a multiverse? And if there is a multiverse, then why can't you also do a Henry Cavill film? Why can't you do Batman with Ben Affleck? Why can't you do The Flash? Especially since The Flash opens up the multiverse. That's what I'm trying to get at, man. Is why can't we have it all as DC fans?
I mean, look at it all, dude. From the other perspective on TV, they canceled all the CW stuff.
Exactly. Krypton. Great show.
Oh.
Canceled.
Sci-Fi. That's Sci-Fi canceled.
But then you have, well, yeah, but it's a DC property, right?
Yeah.
If DC wanted to, they could move it to HBO Max and
they
continue.
Just canceled pretty much all the CW shows.
All the CWs canceled. So what I'm saying is, why can't all of this stuff exist together if that's the direction we're going, where there's multiple people playing multiple roles of the same person? You've got a separate universe in which the Joker exists. You've got a separate universe in which the Batman exists. And he's probably going to have his own Joker. So it's like... And then you got the Peacemaker continuing, which that show's garbage.
Is it really continuing?
Yeah, they're doing a season 2 for the Peacemaker with John Cena. I'm not saying John Cena's bad as the Peacemaker.
Give me a new season of The Tick. Yeah.
Blue Beetle, basically. And yeah, you've got all just different things that I don't see how it's all gonna pan out. But I'm not in the writer's room. I'm not James Gunn. I just, for once, me being really positive in DC, I feel like I'm not excited for anything now that comes out that's DC.
You are holding on to these remnants.
Because
these
I will always hold on to Smallville.
Well, yeah, Smallville. You were holding on to the Snyderverse so hard, and at that
Because
time,
I knew that it was great.
I had
It's
already
probably the best stuff that we're gonna get as far as DC.
I had said it then. It was done. It was never gonna continue.
But see, we're never gonna get something
We got the
on par.
We got the edited film, but we're not going to get that just like that second one. We're not gonna have those same characters come back in a Justice League form and fight Darkseid.
We're never gonna have that Justice League.
And just see the Omega beams just beam, beam.
We're never gonna get that finished.
See Diana just deflecting Omega beam somehow, and just Superman.
See how excited you're getting for that?
Because we could have had that. Yes.
What we want.
Well, we were so
That's
close
what
to
we
getting
want.
it. We were so close to getting it.
And now we'll never get it. And we're gonna get a
Imagine-
rehash,
imagine-
a recut, a reboot. Just like Hollywood always likes to do, they're gonna reboot the DCEU.
Well,
And how many times do reboots turn out better than the originals?
think about it like this. It's exactly what the comics do all the time. That's exactly what the comics do.
And most of the time, the originals are better.
The eye of the beholder.
It's true, yeah.
So
it's gonna be a new DC for a new generation. I'll say that.
and if he can bring in a lot of characters, if he can bring in a lot of like, I think a lot of people online are saying like Z-list characters, like low tier characters, like he did in Suicide Squad, and to like highlight them. I didn't really like Suicide Squad either. I thought it alienated. I thought it just completely, what is the word? Like assassinated a lot of his own characters.
And what if he
not like
does
physically,
the same
but just
thing
character assassination.
Characters that we love, bro. Like, what if he gets a Superman and Superman's just like shark dude, bro?
Well, Superman. Bro, Superman, that's Bizarro. Superman is not gonna be like King Shark, bro.
Yeah, he took King Shark, one of your favorite characters.
I love
and
King
just
Shark.
Shit on King Shark.
When you look over at the CW, what that DC production house did with King Shark with the Flash, he looks amazing. He looks beautiful.
Perfect, right?
CGI is so realistic. He stands up like a big giant creature, and he's intelligent, and he's fucking vicious, and he's visceral, and he's huge. He's a giant mutant shark. He's a street shark.
And then you get the James Gunn version of that,
And
which is my fear. That's what I fear is James Gunn version of all the characters that we love is not gonna be what we're thinking it's gonna be.
Well, then
It's
we'll
gonna
stick,
be Marvelized.
and then we'll stick to the Reeves movies. We'll stick.
At least 1 and 2, right?
Man, I'll watch all of them. Give me Reeves. I love Reeves. I
love
love
Pryor?
It's not my favorite Superman movie, but I'll take that maybe over that King Shark, man.
And we might not even have Superman and Lois anymore. Are they doing a season 3?
That's up in the air, but
Yeah.
no, yeah, they're doing season 3 is already
Doing season 3?
already recorded. Yeah.
Okay. New kid though, right? New Jonathan.
Getting a replacement. I think halfway, maybe a couple.
Sucks.
We're getting a replacement on that.
Well, it was Beavis.
Yeah, dude. They look like Beavis and Butthead. Hey, I love that.
Beavis.
I love that dude. I wish that dude well. I forget his name. We follow him
he's
on
a great
Twitter.
actor. Yeah.
So
It's
this
like
is
John something.
Is it Jordan or
It's Jonathan, the kid, the actor who plays Jonathan.
Jonathan?
Yeah, because Jordan is Superboy. Yeah. The one who
So
actually
Jonathan
has powers.
Kent.
Yeah.
Jonathan Kent from Superman and Lois. I wish him well in his
Recasting
journey.
him too, I guess.
Yeah, he stepped away from acting for mental health.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so-
he was a great actor though. I actually really liked his
He got to be
performances.
your Superboy.
Yeah, he got to wear the leather jacket. He was Superboy. He had a little mascara on, which is not bad. It's cool. But it was tight. It was cool. See,
Where are the lines?
there are no more rules. Just give me good Superman stuff, bro. That's what I'm saying. Is I'm so passionate about Superman, and I'm just afraid that they're gonna Brightburn this stuff. They're gonna Suicide Squad to it, and if that happens, bro, it's gonna be a sad day for DC.
Well, that day is yet to be seen, but here in this dojo, in this reality, on this timeline, we hold on to Smallville.
We hold on to the things we love.
We communicate to Watchtower.
Chloe.
Hey, Chloe, yeah.
33.1, alive and well. Lex Luthor, he's out there. Michael
the hope.
Rosenbaum.
Keep the faith, and yes, hashtag Rosenbaum's back, baby.
Bring back Rosenbaum.
Bring back Michael Rosenbaum as Lex Luthor. If James Gunn does anything, make a good Superman. I mean, stay positive about it, because it could be worse. He could be like, you know what? We don't even have Superman in our plans for the next 10 years.
This is true. At
Imagine
least we'll
that.
get another Superman.
All I'm
At
saying,
least he's
we
not.
have a fresh start at a DC universe centered around Superman.
At least
so
he's
far.
not making 10 more Batman.
So
that's
far.
all I would blow my brains
We got
out.
Batman over here, we got Joker over here, and we have Superman looming in the cityscape, in the distance. So at least Superman's in the distance. He's gonna come save us all. You know what I'm saying? So
Somebody save me from James
Yes.
Gunn. We got a gun problem.